Hi, my name is Jan Seiner. I'm a Special Projects Manager with Roadtrek. Today I'm at the factory here and I'm going to show you how to winterize a Zion. Now when we talk about winterization, we are talking about protecting your water and wastewater systems. That's it. We're not talking about long-term storage. There will be a separate video that shows you how to prepare your Zion for long-term storage. What we are talking about today is if you were to say leave your Zion somewhere where temperatures might drop below freezing, or if you're traveling to a location where temperatures might drop below freezing, how to protect your water system from damage in those kinds of climates. So there are two steps to winterizing your Zion. Step one is draining all the water out of the Zion. Step two is putting in the antifreeze to prevent damage to your piping. So what tools do you need to do this? On the Zion, there's actually no tools at all. All it is just your hands and some antifreeze, and I like to use a funnel. So this is the antifreeze we use. This is a food grade RV antifreeze. It's sold under a variety of names and brands. Do not use automotive antifreeze. It is highly toxic to humans and animals. The other tool that I like to use is this kind of a funnel, which is a very simple funnel. I bought this for $9 here at a local hardware store. It comes off, and this part attaches directly to the bottle. And this is a handy measuring cup that comes in useful in the spring when you de-winterize. So the very first step to winterizing your Zion is to turn off the main power to your water heater. So the water heater is located on the driver's side, about 2/3 back, just in front of your rear wheel. And it has this latch on it. You flip it up and you turn it, and that allows the door to release. The door comes out a little bit and lifts up, and you can set it aside. And then you turn this switch off. And that is all you need to do to the water heater. If you're used to the older style of water heaters, there's no pressure relief valve, there's no anode rod. It's just we turn off the switch and we're done. And then we replace the cover. You have to be very careful. There's two little nubs on the bottom that fit into the cover. We run this through and make sure it fits on there nice and snug. We turn this 90 degrees, flip it down, and we're good. So that's all we have to do to winterize our water heater. So there's the second step is draining all the water out of your water system. There are 3 drainage points on the Zion, and I'm going to show you where they are and how to operate them. The first drainage point is on the driver's side, just behind the B pillar. It's under the vehicle. It is right here, and there's a valve right there. You turn and you'll see it drain. The second drainage point is on the kitty corner end of the vehicle. It is right here. Again, you see the valve, you turn it, and that drains that part. And then the third drainage point is to open up this cabinet where the water heater is. And you will notice there are 5 valves. There's these 3 and these 2. These we do not touch, they're for maintenance only. These are our drainage valves. We open these so that they're in line with the pipe. And now all drainage points are open. So our next step is to open all of our valves, faucets, to allow the water to drain out of the system completely. So with our drainage points open, the next step is to go ahead and open all of our faucets to allow all the water to drain out, and also to drain back through the system. And you just leave this wide open for now to let that water drain. And then we come over here to the shower, and we do the same thing. We allow that to drain all the way back through. We operate the shower. And then also flush the toilet just to make sure that all of the water is out of the system that we can get. And then let's not forget that we have an outside shower, so that is our next stop. And your Zion comes with these two keys, which is for your shower. And we go ahead and open this up. And we open these up. And you may or may not see any water draining out, because by now we've probably drained all of our water. But you also want to make sure that you are allowing that water to drain back through the system and out of our previously opened drains. So once this is fairly dry, you can go ahead and close this back up. And you want to make sure that these are actually closed. Don't leave them open. Okay, and there we go. So now we've drained all of the water out of our system. We've drained all of the water out of our water lines. So now we go on to the next step, which is protecting those water lines against damage from freezing. So if your tanks start out fairly full, you can see there's not much water coming out of here. It could take quite a while. It could take 30 minutes for your tanks to drain completely. So this is a really good time to go inside, maybe clean up your inside a little bit, or go in and have that second cup of coffee while you're waiting on this tank to drain. So now that we've drained our tanks, we just go around the vehicle and we close all of our valves. And we also go ahead and close all of the faucets we had opened earlier. So here's the one back here. We close that. And now we go inside the vehicle. We close our water heater drains. And then we go ahead and close our faucet here. And in the bathroom, we close our sink faucet. And now we're ready for antifreeze. That's our next step. So as I said earlier, we use a food grade antifreeze, an RV or a plumbing antifreeze. We don't use automotive antifreeze. And then I like to use this type of hose, which has the measuring cup attached. We set this aside until spring, and we go ahead and attach this hose straight to our bottle. There we go. And we make sure, it's got a little valve in it, so we make sure that's open. And now, pull our plug out. We push this in, and we just start filling it up with antifreeze. Now this will take a while. So now that we have our antifreeze in the tank, we go ahead and put our plug back in, and we walk around to the other side of the vehicle to turn the water pump on. We come inside, we turn on our water pump, and then we go around and we flush the antifreeze through all of our faucets. Start off at the galley, and there's our pink, and we go to the hot, and there's our pink out of the hot. Close that off, shut that, we're done with this. Now we go into the bath, and the first thing we do is we disconnect our shower, because we're not going to be using that for the winter, so we put that away. And now we go and we turn on our faucets. We get pink there, turn that one on till we get pink. We're good. And then we go to our toilet and we run it until we get pink coming out of there. You can see the pink. Then the last thing we need to do is we need to pour a little bit of antifreeze down into our drain system. So it's right back here behind the toilet. There's our drain. We open up our drain valve and we pour some antifreeze down in there. Now we pour a little bit in there, 1/4 of a gallon, maybe 1/2 a gallon. And then we plug that. And we're done with the bath. We go back outside and we finish up out there. And with this shower, we do the same thing. We run this until we get pink, and it can be a little hard to tell outside, but you can see that's already pink right there. And you got to make sure you run both hot and cold. And usually you'll see it foam up just like this, and then you'll get the pink. And that's it. The last step is to make sure that our macerator is protected for the winter. So we need to open up this cover here, and I've already removed our thumb screws. And then we remove our panel. So normally you would only do this at a dump station. We are doing this here in the parking lot just to demonstrate, but you have to dump only at an approved dump site. So make sure you're doing that. In the meantime, there we go. This is our macerator line. And we come out here and we put it into our approved dump site. And then we come here and we take our valves, just like you're dumping, right? Just like you're dumping. Now we've opened our tanks. The antifreeze that's in the tanks should now fill our macerator. This is our macerator button. We pump that up and you can see the pink coming out. And that's really all we need to do, is to make sure that that macerator is now filled with antifreeze and it is protected for the winter. So as soon as that happens, we can come in here, we close our valves, we put everything away just like as if after we dumped. And then the very last thing we need to do is we go around to the other side of the vehicle. We come in here, we turn off our water pump, we turn off our main battery disconnect, and we are done for the winter. So this whole process takes about an hour, hour and a half. First time you do it, you may want to allocate 2 hours just because it'll take you a while to figure these things out. But it's a fairly straightforward process. If you have any questions, refer to the back of your manual. And of course to your dealer, and look through the resources that are available. And if you have any questions, feel free to call us here at the factory.